Why am I still asking about people and animals 2.5 years later, I asked myself. Well, hands are screaming, get ready. The one that pulled the hair out of our faces, the Greek philosopher Aesop. In his life, the simplest is the Bermuda Triangle, but this is BC. We all know that he lived from 620 to 564. No trace of his writings has survived, but sometimes we have too much information. It gets worse, doesn't it? But that's not it, friends. Aesop's romance describes his early days on the island of Samos. That is, he was interested in the art of free speech, an early revolutionary, if you will. Simple as that, right? Over the years, the story has changed, grown, and evolved, becoming more complex. Then the Chinese spoke. But what is a lie? It is a story, usually about animals, and ends with a moral or ethical dilemma. In short, Aesop was a warrior. What does it support? Leo and Hugh, however, have realistic hopes for simple and certain success. A crying little tiger terrifies children's figurines. This story has been waiting for me for years. What is the content and structure of Aesop's fables? The mystery is full of uncertainty. Researchers are still trying to understand the origin and development of this myth. Another adaptation of Aesop's fable, folks. Has history changed? Is he lying to everyone? Are we just characters in Aesop's fables? You know what happened? I mean, look at this. Aesop, the philosopher of Greek origin, is famous for selling us fairy tales, the myth of life in this way. This animal story is one of the most memorable lessons in the genre. It is not known whether this Aesop lived or wrote the fable. But brother, it is acceptable to do right and wrong and to define it. And then there's Aesop, the legendary OG meme master, who continues to surprise us with how good fairy tales are and show us that ancient wisdom always works.